Hi, everybody. Welcome again to another episode of Like It Is. We're so happy that you guys are joining us, and we're so excited about today's show. We're going to be talking about the Trayvon Martin trial for all Trayvon Martin case and the new evidence that's coming up, and it should be very, very exciting, and we're so happy that you joined us. We're happy that you have decided to continue to like us on Facebook, following us on Twitter, and even looking at our website on a regular basis. So we're so happy to have you guys, and thank you. So as you know, my name is PJ, and we have two other administrators. You know LCO. Everybody knows LCO. And we also have Eric, which I'm sure everybody knows Eric, joining Garrett. Very, very rambunctious, feisty young man that has the convict George Zimmerman Facebook page. And if you go on that page, I'm sure that is very interesting to you as well. Well, we're all on the air, so we want to say hello. So hello, everybody say hello. Oh, sorry, I had that music going on. I hope you guys will hear us. Eric, say hello.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Okay, so introduce yourselves. Go ahead, Lisa, LCO. Introduce yourself. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm known as LCO on the Arrest George Zimmerman page. I'm an administrator there, and I'm seeking justice for Trayvon, just as well as the rest of you. And we're so glad to have you guys with us, and we're just hoping for a good outcome in the case.
Okay, and Eric?
Hi, everyone. My name is Eric Jordan Garrett. I've created my own Keep Striving Foundation in memory of Trayvon Martin. I also want justice. This has definitely hit home with me as a young African-American male. And thank you for joining us.
Great. So this is the Like It Is team, and we're so happy that you guys are a part of our team, and everything that you write, the comments that you write and everything, we're just so happy that you guys are with us in this justice that we're seeking for Trayvon Martin and his family. So basically, we know what's going on in the case. A lot of the evidence has been out there for the public to review, and there's been a lot of mixed emotions, mixed feelings about the evidence. Of course, everybody at Arrest George Zimmerman feels that the evidence is definitely positive in terms of getting justice for Trayvon Martin. We feel that, him walking through the police station so comfortably as if, he was one of the boys, showing up this, I don't know if it's some Mickey Mouse ID that he showed up to whoever was asking, and he was walking around like everything was all okay, and he had this big bandage on that. Why did he have a bandage on the back of his head? He just had a couple of nicks and scratches on the back of his head. What was the big bandage all about? We saw what he had back there. Oh, my goodness, this George Zimmerman, he's something else.
Yeah, that bandage was, I'm sorry, go ahead, Paul.
No, go ahead, definitely, go ahead.
That bandage is just an exaggeration of the life-threatening injuries that he claimed to have that are non-existent.
Exactly. I totally agree with you. A facade.
I have a background as an EMT. I was an EMT for 6 years, and I've witnessed life-threatening injuries, and he just had non-existent life-threatening injuries, in my opinion. And
if his head was that bad, he should have went to the hospital that night. If his head was that bad. Exactly.
And also, after he got arrested that first day, there were no bandages on the back of his head. You would think that if he were going to have the bandages, it would be the bandages that day, that night.
Right.
Why the next day after they cleaned it up and everything? What was that all about? The facade, this guy and his facade. I mean,
I believe they're covering up for him, like for real.
I agree. I think that is a big cover-up. He's, one of the boys.
He thought he was one of the boys. I mean, I saw the video of him walking around in there like he owned that place, and the other guy is walking behind him like, where are you going? And he just keeps walking, and he goes behind him. And
he's been there so many times, you know what it is.
That was the end of the picture. Right. I mean, like, clearly it was like he said, like, well, who are you? Why are you walking around the place like this? George Zimmerman, I don't know. I think he thinks he's like the chief of police. He's taking this neighborhood watch captain too seriously.
Maybe
he
it's the only title he had.
And it
that didn't work, but that's the only thing he got.
Yeah, exactly. And that badge that what was he? It was like he was flipping up a badge. Is this guy for real? I'm serious. I mean, I don't know. There's something wrong with him. Seriously.
And he believes that he is law enforcement.
Yeah.
And he probably thinks he has some type of rank because he, is taking his criminal law classes, and he probably thinks that he knows more than them. And, he was probably up there. The police pretty much see him as a nuisance. That's how they view this man.
That's what he is. He's a nuisance in the way
he's
it's termed.
I mean, like, he got fired from one of those jobs where he was being so hostile and so racist toward a Middle Eastern person. He called
I saw that. He was harassing him and bullying him. He's a big bully. That's what he is.
He called Human Resources. They said they had to get rid of him. They had to fire him because he was calling Human Resources.
He complained so much.
Yeah. I mean, I think he has OCD. I mean, obsessive,
I think he's bipolar. You might need to check that out.
He has something's wrong.
Well, for somebody to call 911 that many times, I'm older than Zimmerman, and I have never in my life called 911 36 times.
Exactly.
How many times I've had to call 911 in my whole life? Okay.
I think it's good, and I ain't never had to call that many times.
36 times is some sort of issue, and I think that can fall in the category of OCD.
It is. It has to be OCD. They have to look into that. First of all, they were prescribing attention deficit medicine, which he had to have definitely did not take that day, because basically you're taking medicine to make you follow instructions and pay attention, and he clearly did not follow the instructions that would have kept his butt out of prison for all these years, okay? You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're getting medicine to help you follow basic, simple instructions, and you still don't follow the instructions. Maybe the doses wasn't strong enough or something. I don't know.
Well, one of the other medicines that he was on, it has a side effect of it can possibly, bring violent tendencies out of you,
Yeah.
And I can't think of the name of it. I want to say temazepam, but he was on one of them. So there was some type of underlying mental disorder there.
Yeah. He should never have been allowed to carry a gun with these kind of psychotic, antisocial conditions. Who gave him permission to carry a gun? How was he licensed to carry a gun and pass a test? How is that possible? There's got to be something up with that.
Unfortunately, a criminal can go and have their record expunged, and it's like it never happened, and it won't be in public view anymore. But a court can pull it, and law enforcement can pull it. They can have this record expunged, and unfortunately, they don't do like a mental medical background test to see if you're bipolar or schizophrenic or have some type of, mental illness underlying there. They don't do that type of test for that. I just think that he had that record expunged, and he had a clean slate at that point. And at that point, there's no reason for them not to issue it to him, unfortunately.
Well, the thing is that all his records, like the domestic violence, the restraining order, the DUIs. I looked them up, and all of them have been closed. So technically nothing was really expunged. They dropped all the cases, and they were closed. So it's like technically he never did it. So that's why he probably has the ability to get a gun and have the gun with him, because they were all closed, all of them. So something ain't right.
Something ain't right. And also the community, the Twin Lakes community, they're definitely at fault, because you're going to have somebody making somebody the captain of your neighborhood watch group and not really even check to see if he was psychologically capable of having a position like that. Look what happened. He killed somebody, not to mention all the thousands of people he called in for little miscellaneous things like, leaving their bike in front of their house and, you know what I mean? Like, after a while, you got to question, like, is this the right person that we have as the neighborhood watch captain? He's calling the police like 40 times on 9-year-old kids that are just walking in their own block. What's wrong with a 9-year-old kid walking down his block? There's nothing wrong with that. It's a gated community. It's a gated community.
It makes me think, Paula, how well did he have them duped as well into thinking that he was doing a good job and that they trusted him? I mean, when you have a manipulative mind, where you can fool anybody into thinking anything, they probably didn't even know he was carrying a weapon, because neighborhood watch, you're not supposed to have a weapon. As far as any of them that I've known, you're a watch. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
You report stuff. You're just like a security guard. You report stuff. You don't actually do anything.
Exactly. I mean, like my little neighborhood watch, we have like a little sign that says neighborhood watch, but really, all we do is look out the window and see if, like, the neighbors are okay. That's it. We're not, like, patrolling late at night and trying to apprehend people. That's just craziness, if you ask me. That's craziness. All we do in the neighborhood watch is look out the window, make sure the neighbors' houses are, safe and nobody's, around the houses. That's it. That's it. That's the extent of what we do. That's pretty much it.
And if somebody was out there, if you're in your right mind, you're not going to try to go out there and question them and apprehend them. Am I right or wrong? You're going to call and report it, because at that point your safety is in jeopardy.
That's right. We're not the police. We have. I mean, as a neighbor, just a community neighbor person concerned about the neighbors, we're not going to go and put ourselves in harm's way. Okay, and we're not trained to do that. We don't have that kind of training. We call the police. That's what you call the police for. Your neighborhood watch, you call the police, you let the professionals and the experts do what they need to do. He just didn't have any faith in the police, the local police. He said these guys always get away. So he was going to prove, because he so badly wanted to be a policeman. But obviously, maybe some psychological test that he took, he couldn't pass the test, or, whatever the case may be.
I read that it was the physical limitations of it, that he was not able to pass the physical limitations to be a police officer, And you're right about that. He did not have any faith in them, because the article just came out that he was saying that, it was disgusting what he saw, how they were handling things. So you're right. He didn't have faith in them, and he thought...
It's the Blog Talk Radio that I'm a part of.
Right. He thought that he was, because he was taking some community college classes in criminal law, and he was trained, because he did take some classes to learn how to fire a gun, he felt that he was better than the local police department. He went to, like, a public meeting, basically, saying that they were just, he was just embarrassed about the fact what they did. So basically he thought he was better. Yeah, he thought he was better.
He went along with one and talked about how he was so disappointed. First of all, why are you riding along with them? When you have a ride-along, okay, like I said, I worked on the ambulance. I had ride-alongs because I was doing clinical trials, okay?
Right.
If you were getting ready to get on that force, then you're going to be in a ride-along because you're getting ready to transition into a job. he had no business riding along with them, in my opinion.
I didn't think he did. I mean, he was probably riding along with them and telling them what they were doing wrong. Like, no, you're not supposed to go to that Dunkin' Donuts. You're supposed to go to the one down. You know what I mean? Like telling them what they're supposed to be doing as policemen, because that's what he does. Like his last job that he got fired from because he called human resources over 1,000 times. He was telling them that the general manager wasn't doing his job right, and they should be doing this better, and they could be doing that better. You know, this guy he is definitely, you know, a psychotic. He's psychotic, you know, and I really do think they should look into that OCD, because it's more than just not being able to pay attention. There's more to it than that. Okay.
Well, you know, there's the whole anger management issue, you know, which has caused a lot of his problem with this as well. You know, I don't think he had any people skills whatsoever. And in my opinion, it would have been a lot less deadly if he was to be like, you know, we had some issues around here. Are you visiting somebody? You know, I haven't seen you before. You know, and I'm sure that Trayvon would have been like, yeah, I'm going home to my dad's girlfriend's house. I just got back from the store. You know, and I don't think he had those people skills to be able to talk to anybody with any type of respect or common sense, just to ask a simple question. He was probably rude when he came into contact with Trayvon, which is going to heighten his, you know, alertness. Like, you know, this guy's got an attitude with me. I don't know what I did. And that's, of course, it's going to start a confrontation.
Confrontation, exactly. I mean, and he already went in there with so much negative energy, saying, you know, these guys, they always get away, and this guy looks weird. So his whole premise, the way he started everything, was so much negative energy that there was no way that he could turn that off and just approach Trayvon in like a nice, friendly, neighborly type manner. He went there with an attitude. And he knocked the phone out of their hand. That's what the girlfriend said. He went there, Trayvon asked a simple question, why are you following me? What are you doing here? And knocked the phone out of their hand. So he started the whole thing. I have no pity for him.
Right. Yeah, his first question was, what are you doing around here?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, maybe he lives there.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's just simple, common courtesy to just ask in a nice way. We've had some issues around here. Do you live here? You know, he said, what are you doing around here? According to Trayvon's girlfriend, that's like, what are you doing around here? You don't belong here.
Right, like in a racial tone.
Exactly.
What are you doing around here? I mean, you know, okay, I'm probably around here because I live in this neighborhood. You're going to ask me, what am I doing around here? I mean, that right there is going to make your eyebrows go up and like, excuse me? I mean, you know.
Right. I mean, like, Eric, what would you have done if somebody approached you like that? Well, I mean, like, you would probably have the same response. Like, you know, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Like the way that he did it, like in a rude manner, of course, I think anybody would have.
I sure would have, Eric, and I'm a female, and I would have been like, excuse me, what am I doing around here? I live here.
I think anybody would have responded back negatively. You ask a negative question, prepare to get a negative answer.
That's right, exactly.
And he got mad, and hell broke loose.
Right, you set the tone. Whatever tone you set, that's the tone, that's the kind of response you must expect to get, because it's just human nature. If you come to me nice, I come back to you nice. You come to me with an attitude, unless I'm this really, you know, special person, you come to me with an attitude, I have to bring attitude back to you. It's just the way it is.
Exactly. Back to what you said, Paula, that he had in his mindset before he got off that 911 phone call, when he said they always get away, he was determined not to let another one get away.
Another one get away, yep, exactly.
He had that in his mindset right there, that, you know, this little coon is not going to get away. It's not going to be another one tonight that's going to get away. He had that set in his mind when he got off that truck.
That's what I wrote on the Convict Zimmerman page. He got what he wanted,
Mm-hmm.
and he got a beat, and he got what he wanted. He got another black person, and that's what he determined to get. That was on his mission.
I agree with that 100%. And I also know they said that he was fearing for his life. There's no way this guy was fearing for his life. He knew in the car, when he was in the SUV yakking on the telephone with the police, he said Trayvon was digging into his waist. So when you say that he's digging into his waist, you're assuming that he has a gun.
Right.
Okay? There's no way you're going to stand out your car knowing that there's somebody in the area that you think has a gun and not have your gun ready.
Right.
If you were trained to kill and fire a gun, you're going to have your gun ready. So there's never, ever any fear in George Zimmerman's mind. He never had any fear because he had no reason to have fear. Okay? He went there with the intent that he was going to use that gun. That's what I believe.
I believe that as well. I mean, this is how I feel. If I know that I have a loaded gun on me, there's no reason for me to be scared because I automatically have the upper hand.
Right.
And I know that I have the upper hand. Why would I be scared? Because I know in my mind, as soon as I pull that gun, I have the upper hand, and I'm probably more than likely going to win. So there's no reason for me to scream or be fearful, and he wasn't that night.
And no reason for me to even have a fight, a physical fight. For him, it doesn't even have to get to a physical fight. For him, it doesn't even have to be. There was, I don't know. I don't think there was a fight. The only fight that I think there was a struggle to get that gun out of his hand. That's the only fight. So if there's any, marks or anything on Trayvon's hand, either hand, he's trying to get that gun out of his hand. Yeah. Okay, that's the only struggle. Okay? Because Zimmerman having a gun, he's not even going to get into, a fist fight. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I believe that, and I believe that when the struggle ensued and Trayvon was screaming for help, he was probably trying to push that gun away from him.
And also pinned down. Maybe at that point he was pinned down because Zimmerman was over him. And Zimmerman, I don't care what they say, that's a big-looking guy. His upper body is very big. He can pin somebody down, and he had Trayvon Martin pinned down with his hands under his body. Okay?
The blood running forward on his head. It's running down his neck in a forward motion.
Clearly.
I'm not a blood pattern specialist at all, by any means. I'm not. But that's just in plain sight, in plain view, with common sense. That blood running forward, just like if you poured water on the back of your head and you lean over, it's going to start running forward down your neck.
That's right. There's no way to it. I mean, even if there was any, it's only going in one direction. It's not even going all over the place. It's just going in one direction, which means that all along it was going in that direction. Okay? Period.
And another thing, chiming on the conversation, if you know that a person, just say, for instance, he thought that Trayvon had a gun or whatever, you're in the car and you think somebody got a gun, anybody in a smart mind would have drove off.
Exactly.
Just not sit there. And, that's the whole thing about it. That makes me suspicious. Okay, you're in the car, you say he's banging on the door, banging on the car. Why didn't you just drive off? Why did you get out the car? So he wasn't that scared because he got out the car.
Exactly. I totally agree with that. And also, to piggyback off of that, if you feel that somebody has a gun, first of all, you got a 9mm. You feel somebody has a gun. Maybe you think they have I don't know, what's the big gun? You know what I mean? Like a big gun. You're going to wait for the police at that point. You're definitely not going to confront somebody that you think has a gun.
Right.
Right? You're going to wait for the police at that point, and you're not going to step out, like you said, you're not going to step out of your car.
From a distance, too. I'm not going to stay in that situation if I think somebody has a weapon, and if I definitely have a feeling that I could be injured, I'm not going to continue to sit there. Like he said, Trayvon was circling his vehicle. You know, he tried to make him sound like he was circling his vehicle like he was a shark or something. I mean, come on now. Why would somebody do something like that and you're behind the vehicle? You think and you have the power of a gas pedal where you could potentially run me over? Why would I go back and circle your vehicle? What is that going to prove?
And I think that this is the reason why they don't want to have his testimony or whatever his interview was with the police. They don't want that released because, first of all, that'll give him enough time. He's already had 50 days to try to rationalize why he said what he said. So just feel that. Just fill that piece of evidence, okay? We don't need him changing his story anymore, right?
Right. Because it's
already been done.
It's all in the 911 tape when he said he's checking me out. And you know what I think when I hear that? If somebody was rolling up on me in a vehicle and I didn't know the vehicle, I would stop and look too. I mean, don't we just naturally do that? Somebody pulls up, what do? You stop and look at them. You might even lean in a little bit to, and bend down just a little bit to get a better, clear view of their face.
You want to see if it's somebody you know. Maybe it's somebody you know. Maybe it's a friend that you're going to go and check the person out to see if it's. See, maybe, okay, at first you think, okay, who is this person following me? And then maybe you think, oh, well, maybe it's somebody that knows me. So you are going to check it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the whole story is crazy. Like George Zimmerman, he's to me, he's just a nut. He's just a crazy nut. And, he is, really. I mean, like, his story is just, he said that he was the one that was He said that he was the one that was screaming for help. But he has the gun.
True, because they did a voice analyzer, and they said that it sounded like someone that was young, and it did not fit George Zimmerman, so that was a lie. Then he claimed the shaken baby syndrome. That was a lie.
Oh, don't even go there.
Lie.
That was a little bit of comedy, so that was fun.
George Liar Zimmerman, that's what his name should be. George Liar Zimmerman.
Oh, my.
Be a liar.
And that's the thing, when you have that many lies, you have to keep lying to cover the other lie. You got to tell your lies, cover the small lies. And it's a snowball and avalanche at one point, because you're going to forget the last lie you told. You ain't going to remember what you said after that. When it's time to go back to it, it's just a mess.
He's a mess. He's a big mess. I'm going to put some music on, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to close up a little early today. We're just going to continue with the half an hour until the trial comes on. So I'm going to put some music on, and then we're going to say some closing things. I'll let you start, Eric, talking about your striving, keep striving foundation. And then, Lisa, LCO, you can talk about the website, and then we'll close up with, what's going to happen next week and everything. So I'll put some music on.
When are we going to start the viewers kind of express?
Yeah. Are we going to take any calls?
Yeah.
Taking calls?
We're not going to do that until probably next. Yeah, we're going to wait until the trial because we're going to keep it short now, just to give the callers an idea of who we are and what we're thinking about. And then as soon as the trial comes down, we'll extend it to an hour. So what we'll do is we'll have like an hour of, half an hour of us talking, and then we'll have a half an hour of us come in. Okay, so go ahead and talk about your foundation.
Okay. My name is Eric Jordan Garrett. And I'm 19 years old, and I recently was heavily inspired by the Trayvon Martin case. As a young black male, this definitely has hit hard with me because this could have been me, my brother, my nephew, anybody related to me. So I decided to give back and just help people. Being unemployed for a year, it's definitely been rough, so I definitely want to, get my name out there and help other people. So basically, I created my Keep Striving Foundation. It's pretty much based on Trayvon Martin. I'm trying to help set up college funds and college
I don't think this has been on the air.
Okay, so we got 10 seconds. Go ahead, talk about the website real quick, Lisa. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, we got a couple of seconds. Go ahead and talk about the website real quick. Give the address.
Yes, please visit us also at Weebly.com, WeeblyLikeItIs.com. It's LikeItIs.com. And
it's like it is now. Like it is now.
Like it is now. And it's a blog that we're all on there, and it has interesting information.
And also on, we have a Like It Is Facebook page. We hope that you will all like it. And we're closing up now. Thank you for joining us. And next, starting around the time of the trial, we'll extend this program to an hour, and we'll have your input as well. Thank you.